There's another universe. Please make some noise. Hey, my little raggities, what is up? How are we doing? How are we feeling? If you are new here, I am Myrna Swan, aka your new book bestie, aka Big Raggedy, period. So, I have a few new subscribers. Welcome. I'm so happy you're here. I don't know where you've been all my life, but I'm glad you finally found me. And I wanted to do a bookish Q&A. I asked a lot of you guys on here in my community tabs and on Instagram to send me your bookish questions, and you guys didn't disappoint. I have about 9 questions here, and you know, as we continue to grow and reach more milestones, I'll do updated versions as we go on and so forth. Okay, so if you didn't get to ask me a question, that's fine. You know, we'll do this again another time, at a later date. So yeah, let's get into this video. Question number 1 says, what's your favorite book cover that you own? Okay, so I was cruising down the street in my 6'4", jocking the bitches, slapping hoes, and I came across Thick of Love, which is a gorgeous cover, and I was like, yes, this might be my favorite cover that I own. But y'all also know that I just read This Could Be Forever, and I don't know, it's just something about all these colors and flowers and things like that. It's just gorgeous. So if I had to choose one, I don't know. But if I'm asking you, which one do you think looks better? Or is it just like they're just too different to decide? I don't know. They're just so pretty. I don't know. So I'm going to go with both of those. And yeah, I'm not going to fight about it, you know? Argue with yourself. Moving on to number 2. Your last disappointing read. Now, I did have 2 before this one, but I'll just say what they were. So it was gonna be The Killer's Therapist that I read with my book club, the official chapter chat, last month, I think. Or it was gonna be Girls Who Play Dead. But I did read Girls Who Play Dead by Joelle Wellington as an arc, and then I gave it 3 stars. So I'm like, okay, I can't really, like, yeah, I was disappointed because I was expecting to love it a lot more. The cover is amazing. I love a couple of her other books, but I was still like, I don't want to make that my most disappointing read or my most current disappointing read, because 1, it's an arc, and then 2, 3 stars is not bad. So I was like, okay, what about The Killer's Therapist? And I was like, even though I was disappointed in the end and I ended up giving that 2 stars, I cannot say that that book disappointed me as much as 14 Ways to Die. Now, this book really disappointed me to my core. I don't know, I feel like it had the perfect plot. I feel like it had the perfect premise. But for this to be a murder mystery with a serial killer on the loose, I wanted a lot more thrills and chills. And we were just following this teenage girl around talking about, I don't know who the Magpie Man is. He killed my mama. And I don't know who it is. Oh, who is that? That could be, oh, it could be that person over there. Oh my God, somebody is watching me. Oh my goodness. Are you the Magpie Man? No, you're not the Magpie Man. Okay, well, come on, cameras, come follow me, because I'm on this reality TV show and we trying to find a Magpie Man. I gotta get the audience to feel sorry about the fact that I don't know who the Magpie Man is. He killed my mama. And are you the Magpie Man? Like, where's the like, oh my God. Like, that is exactly how the book went. And it was just like, oh snap, you the Magpie Man. You killed my mama, okay? Like, who else? Like, I thought we was gonna get into the minutiae of the serial killer's mindset. Okay? I thought we was really going to be on a scary ride, being tracked down, stalked, and harassed, and all the crazy, scary things. But we got none of that. All we got is my daddy named him the Magpie Man, so that's what I call him, and then now the nation call him the Magpie Man. What? You want to read it? It's on my Pango. Buy it. I think it's like $3 or something. I don't know. By the way, shop my shelves. Go to Pango. Links in my description. Buy a book or 3. Save a shelf. I don't know. We're gonna move on because that was terrible. And I done had that book on my shelf for years, and I was like, you know what? Let's just get to it because it's been on your shelf for so long. Let's get to like. Anyways, we're gonna move on. So, this next question is so funny to me. Someone asks, what made you start saying, "Hey, my little raggities"? So, I don't know. I was on Instagram, and I think I did like an Instagram reel, and I was like, "Hey, my little raggities," and the girls are mad. Like, they hated it. That's why whenever you see me addressing people outside of YouTube, you will never hear me call anybody raggedy. I don't. That's why when I'm on Instagram, I might say it every now and then because some of y'all follow me on Instagram. But if I'm on somebody else's platform, or if I'm addressing somebody in my book club, or if I will never call people raggedy outside of this channel because people are so sensitive. So I was making a reel and I was like, "Hey, my little raggities," was like I was just being funny, and it was like somebody was like, "Oh, I don't like that. Like you gonna have to come up with another name. Like that ain't it." You telling me what to do? I know that's not you telling me what to do. So because you told me what I need to do, now I'm not gonna do it. Now everybody's raggedy. How about that? So it took like a couple people telling me like, "Oh, I don't like it. Like that ain't it." And I was like, "Bet. Now I'm gonna make it. Now it's it. You raggedy. All y'all raggedy." And then so when I started doing it over here, I was like, let me just break it down. Like, I'm not saying you are raggedy. I'm saying, I was like, you know what? Me trying to explain it is not even making no sense. Like, people are still gonna want to be mad about it. But if you know you're not raggedy, you're not raggedy. And then, so I was like, okay, so people are sensitive, or they're not understanding why I'm calling them raggedy when I'm not. I'm just talking shit. I've been talking shit my whole life. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna even the score. I'm gonna make it a little bit better. I'm gonna call myself Big Raggedy, so that way they won't feel no way like, "Hey, my little raggedy," aka Big. Oh, she playing. Okay, she called herself raggedy. It's a joke. Yes, it's a joke. Laugh. So this wouldn't have even been a thing if the people over there on Instagram wouldn't have told me what I can and cannot say. I would have kept calling y'all, "Hey, book besties. How y'all doing? Hey, my bookish swans. What's tea?" Like, so y'all have people over there on Instagram to thank for my intro, because them heifers tried to tell me that I couldn't say it. So yeah, now I'm gonna say it every video. You don't like it? Oh, okay. Hey, my little raggities. Like, now I'm really gonna pop it because you're doing a lot. Yeah, I don't like that. That ain't it. I swear that's what they told me. Friend, that's not it. Would you like me to call you Skeezer, Heifer, Streetwalker, Jezebel, Dusty? No, I think Raggedies is I think it's cute. I think it's fitting for the world that we're living in. But, you know, some people don't like it. So if you see me anywhere out in the street, I'm not gonna be like, hey, my little Raggedy. No, I'm like, hey, girl. So, but if you say, hey, big Raggedy, I'm like, hey, my little, I'm gonna match your energy. But people be sensitive. I don't got time for that because I'm sensitive, and when I am triggered, it's just like a whole nother version of me in there. Y'all not gonna like me. So we gonna move on. Okay, what's a trope you love to see? Okay, a trope that I love to see. I have 3, splitting into 3 different genres. Okay, or it could be 2. Okay, so first up, I love a good isolated setting trope. Like, put me in the wood. No, don't put me in the woods. Put the character in the woods alone, where they running through the woods trying to get away from something or somebody. Put them in a cabin where they gotta nuck if you buck and fight for their life. Put them on an island where they gotta whoop a shark ass to get to safety. Like, just give me something where they can't call 911. Like, lines are dead. Nobody is home. Your neighbors is on vacation. It's just you and whatever you up against. So I like stuff like that. And that could be horror or thriller. I'll take it either way. And then I love the trope, he's mean to everybody else but her. Not to be confused with Grumpy Sunshine. I don't think I like that trope at all. Like, just big old burly mean man being mean to me and everybody else. I will punch you. Like, we don't have to talk. So no, not Grumpy Sunshine, but specifically he's mean to everybody but the one that he admires, the one he got his eye on. Okay, and that could be urban fiction or romance, or urban romance, however you want to spin it. Like right now I'm reading 10,000 Hours with a Rich Menace, and it started off a little shaky. I was like, ooh, I don't think it's giving very much Demon's Dream. I don't know how am I gonna DNF this? That's how I was feeling like the first 20%. But as things started to come together cohesively, and I started to see the banter between Menace and what's that girl name? Ray? No. Yeah. Stevie. So once I started seeing the banter between Menace and Stevie, I was like, okay, this is starting to get a little bit cute because, he's mean to everybody but her. And I like stuff like that. I don't know. Reminds me of my childhood because I used to date hood niggas. Not anymore. My husband's a square. and I'm safe here. I love it here. Okay, so my last favorite trope would be friends to lovers. I love that. I love a good friends to lovers. Specifically, like, she got a lot going on and she confided in him and he not thinking of her like that. They really friends for real. And then eventually he realizes, like, I'm her person. I love her. Kind of like in Fast by Millie Belazar. I think that's how you say that lady name. Yeah, like Sean in that book. I loved how that book just played out. But yes, friends to lovers. I love a good friends to lovers. Enemies to lovers. Cause why would y'all be sleeping with the op? That's out. What else is in it? What else is there? Enemies to lovers, friends to lovers. Second chance. Romance. It depends, but no, most likely not. Because who you playing with? Go play with somebody else. Go play in the street. Go play in traffic. Don't play with me. Yeah, no. So the next question says, do you have a comfort read? And I don't have a comfort read. I can't even say I have a favorite like author. I know I talk a lot about Tiffany D. Jackson. I know I say I all the time I'm like the secretary of the fan club, but I don't be like, I don't have a comfort read. One book that I do want to reread though, and that this will probably be a comfort read, I don't know, but eventually maybe next year I do want to reread Ace of Spades. Like, I love this little, I think this was like my first, no, I'm lying. Am I lying? I might be lying, but I was about to say this was my first YA book that I really loved. Look at the tabs. Look at the tabs. And this was before I even discovered Libby in audiobooks for real. So I was flipping through these pages like, I love it here. So this could be a comfort read for me next year once I decide to read it again. But as far as like me rereading books, I don't. I feel like I have way too many books on my shelf that I have not read for me to be rereading something. I'm trying to get through this catalog. I'm trying to make sure like I can say, hey, yeah, all the books in my house, I read them all. I can't do that if I'm up here rereading stuff. Okay? So, I don't have a comfort read. The only books I've ever reread is Fly Girl, The Coldest Winter Ever, and I read those two books because I'm like, I haven't read those since I was a child, so let me just see how the vibes is hitting as an adult. It wasn't the same, unfortunately. But another book that I reread was Let That Be the Reason, which is an urban fiction book, and it didn't hit the same, as before, because I read that as a child as well. But yeah, no comfort reads. Someone asks, what's the longest book you've read? And so that would be Demon's Dream by L. Kaysen. I think that's that lady name. I'll put it on screen. That book was 750 pages, and she had the nerve to not even have an audiobook. Like, she literally just released the audiobook, or was supposed to release the audiobook this month. I don't know if she has. I don't know. But yeah, 750 pages is crazy. Crazy. And now, what I would have loved for her to do, which doesn't matter because, like, who the hell am I? But I would have loved to have two separate stories that we could have, turned into like a duology. Maybe have that book specifically be about Demon and Dream, and then book 2 could be about Smoke and Dream's sister. I forgot her name. And that would have made the experience so much better for me. The stories could be the same, but we could have just got Demon and Dream's viewpoint of the scenarios that was happening, and then we could have got Smoke and whatever her name is, their viewpoint with a little bit of extra razzle dazzle on the side. Like, I feel like I would have loved that a lot more than me having to read 750 pages. That was crazy. And then I had the nerve to have a long ass epilogue. Girl, wrap this shit up. So, have you ever thought of putting together a bookish girls trip / retreat for the Raggedy Gang? Girl. I love this question. Okay. I have not thought about that, but that would be hella fun. I think one of my followers on Instagram, I cannot think of her name, very, very pretty girl. She has a book club, and they did like a little cabin in the woods retreat for her book club, and I thought that was so cute. It almost made me want to join, but you know. I would like if we all came together and was like, yes, I would go on this like retreat. Yes, let's pick a location. I'm down. I could see myself doing something like that in the future. Now, we would have to definitely vet these people out, because I don't know, like how would you feel about like being in maybe we won't do a cabin. Maybe we could do a hotel. We just meet up for brunch or something and go book shopping, or meet up at the beach for a little book and beach day or whatever. So let me think about that, because a beach and book day actually is doable. Planning a whole retreat would take a lot of time and money and vetting, and maybe it would be something that I would do strictly for the people who are part of the Discord or part of the book club, because just opening it up to like people who can actually just come across this video and show up, like I don't know. So I love that question. We're gonna work on it. We'll start off small. We can do a beach and book day, yeah, and then we'll work up to the retreats and stuff. I can see that being something that I'll do in like the future. But I do have a goal, like, or something that I would want to do. Would want to like eventually, because I ain't got the coin right now, but I would want to fly like a subscriber out to somewhere, like kind of like a giveaway, where I'll fly them out somewhere and then pay for their stuff, and like they can go book shopping and just have a day to themselves or whatever. So I can see myself doing a ton of things like that in the future once the coin is there. It's gonna happen. We just gotta wait on it. So yeah. Question number 8, and then we got one more question. It says, I've been following your channel for years. What made you switch to what made you switch to a book channel? Okay. Hey, I have been trying to do YouTube for almost 2 decades. How old am I? No, I'm lying. For about like 15 years. I'm not even, like 14 years, right? And it started off with me being in college, like talking about like my nightclub scene in LA, and being with my roommate in LA. We would recap like our crazy weekends. But YouTube was so new back then. I was just like, okay, this is not going nowhere. Like, it is what it is. I don't have the energy. Like, camera quality was not the same back then. I didn't feel like recording and uploading and all the things, like, and then I think at one point I had lost my laptop, and I don't even think the YouTube app was a thing back then, so it wasn't like I could record from my phone and then upload to the app. Like, it was just so different. And then once I had my first child, I did like a mommy channel where I recap like how I became a mom and blah blah blah. Then people ate me up in the comments and told me I was a whore. And I was just like, I don't want this type of energy, because I was already battling postpartum depression. I was just trying to figure out life, and them people, like, I had some nice comments or whatever, but the video went viral, and them women haters was like, this what you get and blah blah. Like, they ate me up so bad, and I was just like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. So then I started trying to do like hair videos and makeup and like clothing videos, and I was just like, that's not me. Like, I'm not the makeup girly. I'm not the get your hair done, do the nails and all that shit girly. Like, I grew up rough and tough with my Afro puffs. Okay, like yeah. So that just didn't work out, and then I started trying to do like family videos once I got married and had my other two kids. But them videos that you know, these family channels that they be having on here, them videos be staged a lot of the times. And you know how hard it is to be like, hey y'all, come on, we about to film. And you the only one with this desire to have this channel. It's just like, they was with it, they was okay with it, but I was just like, I just don't want to have to depend on other people to do this thing. Like, if I'm gonna do it, it's gonna be something that I want to do. And so we did the family channel for a while. People really enjoyed it. That's how I got to like 600 subscribers. People were actually tuning in. It was okay. Like, it was going well, but after a while I was just like, this ain't it. I'm writing scripts, I'm thinking of ideas, like, no. So then I stopped the family channel, and then I was like, okay, I just grew my locks out. Let me do a lock channel. But like I just said, I'm not the girl who's hella into hair and makeup. So after like the first video, the second video, I was like, no, just throw away the whole damn channel. And so once I got into Instagram, because by then I was already on Book Talk or whatever, and it didn't even cross my mind to be on YouTube talking about books. I was just like, I'm a quiet person for real. Like, I'll joke and I'll speak when I have something to say, or if I want to crack a joke or whatever, but at my core, when we're in person, I'm going to sit there like this the whole time. So me being on camera talking about books never crossed my mind, because I'm not the person that's just going to run my mouth unless I have something to say. And so I just felt like, okay, I read the book, I enjoyed it, it is what it is. Like, boom, that's the review. But you want me to break down why I actually liked the book and what I thought about it? I didn't think to do that. So once I got onto Bookstagram and I met a lot of y'all over there, it started making sense. Like, oh, I've been thinking about doing a book channel. Like, and this person that was cool with was like, you should do a booktube. Like, you have the personality for it. And I was just like, yeah, maybe. So I put out a poll. I was like, should I? And everybody was like, yes. So last year, around May 1st, I uploaded my first video, and that's how we got here. Like, it's been a journey. As you said, you've been following this channel for a long time, so you done saw a lot of different stuff come from this channel, and I'm just happy that I found something that I actually genuinely care about, and that I can actually curate for myself without it being like, oh my god, it's Monday, it's Wednesday, oh, it's Saturday, I gotta record. Like, I actually don't mind sitting in front of a camera and talking about books. My only problem is I'm always second guessing myself. Like, I wonder how they would feel about this video. I wonder how they would feel about this video. Like, oh, this video didn't do well as this video. Maybe I should start doing more of these videos. Like, the wheels are always turning in my head. And so I told myself last night, I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to look at the numbers anymore. Like, I will go onto the YouTube Studio app, reply to y'all comments, but I'm not looking at the numbers anymore. I don't want to even get into doing all that. So that's how we got here, and I'm loving it. So the last question number 9 says, do you and your husband read together? No. No, that man like nonfiction books. That man like self-help books. I asked him the other day, I'm like, would you ever like do a buddy read with me? He was like, what's that? Oh God. I said, you know what? Never mind. He's like, what's a buddy read? I said, when we read together, like, you know. He was like, oh yeah, but it can't be no fiction. I wouldn't be able to do that. I'm like, sir, like, how do you know? He's like, I just want something that I can learn from. I said, I learn from my fiction books all the time. Yeah, but like, nah, that's just not my thing. I said, how do you know? Have you ever read a fiction book recently as an adult? How do you know you don't like it? Because I just know I don't like it. I said, okay, so how about we read the 50 Cent book? Okay, yeah, I can do that, yeah. I said, you know what, never mind. You know what, never mind. Because I was like, because he's like, I just want to feel like I'm learning something from reading it. I said, you can learn a lot. I said, do you know I learned that cherry pits were poisonous just from reading a thriller book? And he was like, well, technically, you know, they're not really poisonous. They just say that because, sir, now the conversation is over because you done tried to open up a whole new can of bull crap, and I didn't ask for that. All I asked you is, do you want to read with me? Yes or no? You talking about you don't want to read a fiction book. Okay, well, the deal is off because I'm not reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I'm not. So there's that. So the answer is no. No, and I'm irritated about it. So yeah, anywho, if you like this video, drop down in the comments, leave me some swans, send this video to your book bestie, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.